Hey guys, if you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Desiree, and if you're already subbed up, hey loves. Um, I do reactions to music, to celebrity conspiracy theories, to celebrity gossip. And the other day I made a video speaking on how music is frequency, and then I made a video after that speaking how the music industry is wicked and coming from their own mouths, them saying how they sold their soul to the devil. And in this video, we're going to see how more celebrities speak on allowing spirits into their bodies to, do what they do. So let's get right into it.
As well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about some of Hollywood's biggest actors. But before we begin, I just wanted to remind you guys to subscribe to my second channel, Truth Network. We're waiting to get to 30K subscribers to release our new exclusive content. Make sure you subscribe to my second channel now. The channel will be tagged in the description, and you can also find it on the homepage of my YouTube channel as well. Thank you all. Now let's get right into it. Hollywood is not at all what it seems. Many people grow up idolizing their favorite actors or having dreams of being Hollywood actors themselves, not knowing what truly goes on behind the lights and cameras. When most people think about Hollywood, they think about the glitz and glamour, knowing nothing about the darkness that makes the machine of Hollywood go. On this channel, we have seen Hollywood's true darkness unfold in front of us. We know who truly runs Hollywood. We know what they use their movies and shows for. Hollywood is nothing more than a tool of manipulation and control. The biggest actors in Hollywood pay the dark price for the worldly fame that they acquire. Most people who watch TV shows and movies don't know the truth about what they're truly watching. They think these movies and shows are created to entertain them, but in reality, they're made to influence and eventually program them. The shows shown to the masses are called TV programming for a reason, and it's because TV is a form of MK Ultra, a way to manipulate billions of people around the world all at once. Those actors that the world idolized so much are nothing more than Masonic sellouts who took the oath to have the world. These actors accept being used to push an agenda as Hollywood gives them all they desire. Some of these actors even allow themselves to be used by forces unknown in order to perform scenes they couldn't do alone. Hollywood is the home of the occultists and Masons. One of the famous things that Hollywood is known for is the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But what most people don't know is overseeing the Hollywood Walk of Fame is the Hollywood Masonic Lodge, the same building where the Jimmy Kimmel Show is filmed. There's a reason why the Masons placed their lodge overseeing the Celebrity Walk of Fame. It's because the Masons are the ones that created them. In today's episode, we will be looking at a few big Hollywood actors who took the oath to have the world. Actors that show obvious signs of being occultists and Masonic puppets. The first actor we're going to be talking about is the legendary actor Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is considered one of the greatest actors of all time, known for his role in movies like American Gangster, Training Day, and John Q. Denzel made his Hollywood debut over 40 years ago, acting in the movie Carbon Copy. Denzel has been considered one of the top actors for as long as I can remember. If you ever seen any of Denzel's movies, then you know he does a great job of making you believe he's the character he's portraying. It's almost like Denzel becomes a different person, or something takes control of him. Well, according to Denzel, this is pretty much what happens to him when he's trying to get into character. In an old interview Denzel did for 60 Minutes, he told the world just how he gets into character. He admits that his acting performances are much more than just skills.
Basically what I did was got on my knees and sort of communicated with the spirits. And when I came out, I was in charge.
Powerful scene.
Powerful scene. I couldn't have acted that. I couldn't have acted that. I couldn't have
heard that?
written that down and made a decision to play.
As you heard for yourself, Denzel tells the world that when he's trying to get into character, he channels spirits and lets them take over in order for him to act out the scenes. Believe it or not, this is done by many occultists in the industry, as even Beyoncé admitted something very similar to this when she performs as Sasha Fierce.
Better than I expected, and Sasha was in full effect. Sasha is my alter ego. When people see me, sometimes I think that when they meet me and they speak with me, they're expecting Sasha. I'm really kind of shy, and not really shy, but more reserved. Nothing like Sasha. She can do things that I cannot do when I'm in rehearsal. I mean, I can try, but then it just doesn't happen. I can sing notes, sing strong, and do all these things that when I'm just by myself, I can't do. I remember right before I performed, I raised my hands up, and it was kind of the first time I felt something else come into me. The first time I felt something else come into me.
Sasha Fierce, when does she show up?
Usually when I hear the crowd, when I put on my stilettos, when like the moment right before when you're nervous and that other thing kind of takes over.
As you heard for yourself, Beyoncé, just like Denzel, admits that she allows herself to get possessed by a spirit she called Sasha Fierce in order to perform the way she does. Most of these celebrities are occultists who perform rituals for this very purpose. Aleister Crowley himself performed rituals and became possessed by a spirit he used to help him write the Book of the Law, a book that occultists use to this very day. I believe Denzel Washington is an occultist, as he admitted himself to channeling spirits. Denzel also has photos where he can be seen doing the Masonic all-seeing eye pose next to another known Masonic puppet, Jay-Z. Denzel can be seen next to Jay-Z showing that he's a Mason, and then he openly admits that he uses spirits to his advantage. This is what occultism is. This is how he's able to become that character so well, because it's no longer him in control. I believe the best actors are participating in this kind of activity. We can see that they have been showing signs that Denzel Washington is an occultist through his work. In the movie Deja Vu, there's a scene that shows Denzel talking on a cell phone as the camera is close up to his hands. You can see what appears to be a Masonic square and compass ring on his finger. I decided to further look into it, and I even bought the movie to get a better look, and it appears like it is a Masonic ring. In another one of his films called Fallen, we see some interesting imagery. On the cover of the movie, we can see Denzel doing the one-eye symbolism. The movie Fallen also has an interesting plot, as it's about a detective played by Denzel Washington who gets introduced to the occult world to catch the villain of the movie. It's obvious to me that Denzel Washington took the oath, and it's the reason he is seen doing the Masonic hand gestures and wearing Masonic rings. He admitted to using spirit magic in order to become possessed and perform better. Denzel has been an A-list actor for over 30 years now, getting some of the biggest roles in Hollywood, and it's all because of his Masonic connection. Yes, talent is important, as the Masons have no need for someone who's talentless. The Masons are known to create influential people that they can use to control the masses with. This is what they're doing with the Hollywood puppets, using their talents to entertain the masses. The next actor we're going to be talking about is the actor/comedian Martin Lawrence. In the 90s and the early 2000s, Martin Lawrence was one of Hollywood's leading men, known for his Martin Show and for his blockbuster movies Bad Boys. During these days, Martin was literally everywhere. His face was on the cover of many classic movies and had a successful sitcom under his belt. He had made it to the top of Hollywood and was living his dreams. In 1995, the movie that would introduce Martin to the big screen, Bad Boys, was released, and it jump-started his movie career. Martin was being set up to be the next Hollywood superstar, as he was being called the next Eddie Murphy. Strangely, right after Bad Boys, while Martin was on the top of the world, he would have a complete breakdown in public for the world to see. Back in May 1996, police were called to a Ventura Boulevard in Sherman Oaks due to complaints of a madman roaming the streets screaming at coming traffic while waving a weapon in the air. Police quickly noticed that this wasn't no random crazy pedestrian. It was no other than Hollywood star Martin Lawrence. According to authorities, Martin was yelling at people telling them to fight the system. When police approached Martin, he resisted and tried to fight them off. Eventually get arrested and was taken to Sherman Oak Hospital and then released to his personal doctor. Martin's team claimed that the only reason he acted out was because he was tired and dehydrated. But we know that there's way more to this story. We know Martin, just like Denzel, took the Masonic oath, and we can find photos of Martin showing the one-eye symbolism. In my opinion, Martin appears to be a victim of MKUltra, and what happened to him looks like a mental breakdown caused by the MKUltra procedure. We have seen this happen to many other celebrities like Britney Spears, Orlando Brown, and Amanda Bynes. Those in charge of these celebrities always blame it on exhaustion or other safe phrases that they use. But in reality, these stars are most likely just acting out. Not that long ago, Kanye exposed just how those in the industry use medications to control these celebrities. What I think happened to Martin is the same thing that happened to Dave Chappelle. We have spoken about Dave Chappelle leaving Hollywood behind at the peak of his career, going to Africa and escaping it all because he was tired of being a puppet, having to do whatever the executives told him to do. Even though Chappelle eventually returned, for a moment, he had escaped the system because he knew it was wrong. I believe Martin was trying to make that very same escape himself, but was stopped in his tracks and put in a rehab. That's what made a perfectly normal man who had everything going for him snap and lose his mind. When Martin did this, he was at the heights of his career. It wasn't like he was falling off. What's interesting is that one of his latest movies is actually called Mind Cage, and it showed them on the cover in front of a butterfly. The monarch butterfly represents MK Ultra, and I explained this before in the MK Ultra video I made. After Martin had the breakdown, he acted in many movies that were obviously pushing an agenda with no issues. He acted in all of the Big Mama House movies, which saw him dressing up like a woman, the very same problem that Dave Chappelle spoke about and even said that he was against. What's interesting is that they were comparing Martin to Eddie Murphy. They stated that if he kept on succeeding, he would be the next Eddie Murphy. Interesting enough, Eddie Murphy also appears to be a Masonic puppet. There's countless photos of Eddie Murphy throwing up Masonic hand gestures and the 666 hand gesture. I think a full breakdown for Eddie Murphy is needed. If this is something you guys would like to see, comment Eddie Murphy below. The next actor we're going to be talking about is no other than Will Smith. Will Smith is one of Hollywood's most successful actors. Just like Martin, Will had his own super successful sitcom with the hit show Prince of Bel-Air. He then went on to star in several big Hollywood movies. Will Smith, like the rest of the actors on this list, shows signs of being a Masonic puppet. There's countless photos of Will Smith doing the Masonic one-eye symbolism, showing that he took the oath. There's also photos of Will Smith doing the Masonic hidden hand, which is a dead giveaway that Will is a master Mason. Will even did this Masonic pose during his Oscar acceptance speech, in the same show that the stage slap incident took place. This all happened the same day Will Smith got his first Oscar awards. That event showed Will Smith celebrating his Masonic degrees, and it's the reason he was shown doing the Masonic hidden hand pose for the entire duration of his speech. That wasn't him fixing his suit or adjusting anything. He was showing to the Masons that run the industry that he was honored to be a member. We have to remember the Masons are a proud organization. It is not a coincidence Smith turned out to be one of the most successful actors ever. He took the oath all the way back when it all started. Will Smith has been a puppet from the very beginning of his career, even in one of his old music videos called Parents Just Don't Understand. In the video, we can see a big eye representing the Masonic one-eye symbolism. We can also see a satanic pentagram, another known Masonic symbol used in lodges in a variety of different symbols. They even show a devil-looking creature in the background, as we can see this little black drawing that appears to be a little devil. And we can even find the skull and bones symbol, which is another Masonic organization. The skull and bones was created by two Freemason men in Yale. In another scene, we see what appears to be an inverted cross on fire. It's obvious Will Smith was used to push the Masonic agenda. He took the oath long ago and has been pushing the agenda since. Will seems to have sold his family into this business as well, as we can find both Jaden and Willow showing that they took the oath and are now Masonic puppets. Will climbed to the very top of Hollywood and had literally everything the business can offer, but it was at the price of his soul, dignity, and even his family. This is what Hollywood is about. Those who are awarded a career are nothing more than puppets that are controlled by the elite. Will, Denzel, and Martin all traded their souls to have the world and were used to guide their fans to a burning end. We must remember what purpose Hollywood plays. It's to distract us and misguide us. Don't fall for their trap. If you watch their shows or listen to their movies, don't let it influence you. Make sure you protect your mind. These are just a few actors that took the oath to have the world, but best believe there are more. This is essentially the second part to the first video I did last month, exposing Hollywood actors, but I think we need a part 3. So if you want to see a part 3, comment part 3.
Well, there y'all have it. So do y'all believe that the industry is after our souls yet? Or are y'all still in denial? It's right there. It's right there. And there's plenty of more things out there that shows they are wicked. Holla weird. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Is this just a conspiracy, or at this point, is it facts? Let me know. But anyways, love and blessings. Remain pure and be safe out here in these streets. Peace.